Okay, I had an entire review video planned for this Edgemere Reserve from the New York-based microbrand Martenero. I initially intended to walk you all through this watch inside and out and discuss some of its highlights and also its negative points. Unfortunately, that plan got derailed a bit by subsequent events in dealing with this brand. Let's talk about it. I really like the watch community. For the most part, everyone is really positive and supportive, and that's great. I've definitely been a part of other online communities that are not. And this makes sense since watches are pretty useless things in this day and age, so people buying them know they're getting them for a bit of fun, so I take it super seriously. That's why I like to stay positive in my videos, even when discussing certain aspects about a watch that I don't like. If you don't like it, just don't buy it. No reason to get mad. There are literally tens of thousands of watches out there, so there's something for every idiosyncrasy. Unfortunately, I will need to be a bit negative in this video just to discuss a recent unfortunate experience I had with this microbrand. I enjoy supporting microbrands. Generally speaking, most microbrands are trying to see things differently, whether from a design perspective or with respect to functionality or fit. It definitely isn't easy to start a watch company. The startup costs are high, and the venture comes with significant risk that everyone involved will lose all their money and time. This Edgemere Reserve has been on my official watch list to check out for some time, as I think it has some pretty cool nautical themed design elements going on across multiple colorways. It has pretty good specs for the price, and comes equipped with an open case back, and even a power reserve indicator on the dial, which is something you don't see at this price range. I ordered this watch, it was processed and shipped and arrived to my house in about a week. Pretty good. When I opened the shipping box, I was pleasantly surprised by the packaging and the presentation offered. The watch box is custom and unique for this brand, and that's something you hope for in a microbrand. Unfortunately, my first impressions upon opening the box to reveal the watch were not great. The first thing I noticed was that it looked and felt a bit cheap in my opinion. I've handled quite a few watches from various microbrands, and it doesn't take a long time to notice a deviation in quality. As I looked the watch over more closely, I noticed there was a blue flake on the glass. I tried to wipe it off, hoping it was on the outside of the glass, but unfortunately it became evident that the flake was actually on the inside of the glass. That is a huge disappointment and a quality control red flag that reflects poorly on the brand and its controls. I tried to overlook this, understanding that manufacturing issues happen, but as I continued to hold and inspect the watch, my initial feelings about it were reinforced. I'll give a quick overview of the specs of the watch. The stainless steel case dimensions are 40mm in diameter, 47mm lug to lug, and a thickness of 11.8mm. The watch includes a sapphire crystal protecting the dial, and has a signed screw-down crown with a 50-meter water resistance. The case is simple, round shape, mostly polished, with brushing on certain beveled portions of the side of the case and top of the lugs. It has an exhibition case back revealing a Miyota 9132 movement, which beats at 28,800 beats per hour and has a 40-hour power reserve, easily displayed through an on-dial power reserve indicator. The base of the dial is a matte white with a sort of teak-style diagonal texture. It has a bicolor minute track encircling the very outer edge of the dial, and within that is a raised light blue track on which applied white hour markers sit. There is a frame date window at the 3, a 24-hour dial with concentric blue circles at the 6, and a power reserve indicator at the 12, with the brand's name being the only text on the dial at the 9. The hour and minute hands are blue thin hands with diamond tips, and the second hand is thin and white and has a blue triangle tip. The watch comes on a signed tank-style Italian leather blue strap with matching perimeter stitching. There are some good things to say about this watch, and I was prepared to say them, as other people may not have the same opinions I do regarding its overall style and presentation. The watch is currently priced at under $500, and I think it delivers pretty decent value for that price, and that was the impetus for my initial order. But after having it in my hands in person, I don't like the way that the hands or hour markers look, or the reflective blue hour track. I enjoy playful watches, and I have owned and still own very colorful and playful pieces, but this one seems playful in a cheaper, toyish kind of way, in my opinion. Again, this is all just my opinion on the design and style, and other people's views might differ, so take it with a grain of salt. In either case, given the blue flake under the glass, I was set on returning this item. But that's when things got even worse. The company's return policy is not super clear on its website, since it provides for a 15-day return in one place and a 30-day return in another. What is clear, however, is that there is a free return policy for any reason, and that you must contact them to get a return label. I submitted multiple messages on the company's contact us page, as well as direct emails and even an Instagram DM, and all went without a response. Ultimately, I had to contact my credit card to dispute the transaction, and I ended up receiving a full refund from my credit card company, which is great, but it took the full time pursuant to their policy, something like 30 to 45 days, to give the seller a chance to respond, and it doesn't look like they received any response from the seller either. So in the end, I did get a refund, and I still have the watch. I'm well aware that teams at smaller microbrands are extremely lean and may just be 1 or 2 people. I really hope that the lack of communication from the company was not due to some illness or tragedy. Subpar customer service is one of the big risks in dealing with a microbrand, and so far this is the only time I've experienced this. I've had multiple conversations with the teams at brands like Baltic and Ferrer, and their customer service is impeccable. For a microbrand, I think customer service is one of those things where it can really set you apart from the larger, more bureaucratic watch conglomerates. If a brand can keep its loyal customers smiling, they will keep coming back. To sum up, my personal opinion of the design and materials on this watch is that it's not for me. But there were also some objectively negative aspects to my experience. First, the blue flake on the inside of the glass is not acceptable. Second, and more importantly, was the lack of communication on providing a refund. I think that's really unfortunate, and it will result in me avoiding this brand in the future. Let me know in the comments if you've purchased anything from this company and what your experience has been. Thanks everyone for watching, and please do subscribe if you enjoy the content. I'll see you in the next one.